so the buzzer doesn't go off?
Yeah.
At defense. Wearing number 14. Tom Harvey. And at defense. Wearing number 43. Hamilton. Holler. In the goal. Wearing number 17. Johnny Rodriguez. All right, ready for the anthem?
Yep.
We're going to go call this guy. Where's the flag? South end of St. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and move your caps. Face the south end of the stadium for tonight's national anthem. Give it a second. Definitely give it a second. And then, hey, I want anthem and then a good song. Okay? Yep.
It's time for LXM Pro Lacrosse. Torrey Pines High School at Ed Burke Stadium in Del Mar, California is the site of the final meeting of the 2012 season between Team STX and Team Soleil. Good evening, everyone. Mark Heller, Samir Chowdhury, thanks so much for joining us here on a January evening here in Southern California. Think, what were we, about 50 degrees here at game time, Samir?
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic game tonight.
Team STX leads the overall series 4-2. They've won the last 3 matchups, including a classic 22-20 win in Las Vegas back on December the 4th. STX had to lead the round, but Soleil put on a run.
I mean, 42 goals in a lacrosse game is pretty amazing. These guys are putting on a show every stop of the tour, and I don't think tonight will be any different.
The starting lineups for STX at attacks, it's the Ritz, Max, and Xander, along with Eric Crum, your midi. With a come-from-behind victory, winning 16-10. In that match, Soleil led it 10-5 at halftime, but STX would go on an improbable 11-0 run and win that one by the count of 16-10. And back in Orem, Utah on October 10th in a game that went back and forth, STX was able to cling on and win 16-14. Here of the evening, it's Benson Irwin. Irwin, who won that face-off, and they'll spread things out and go on the attack. Kyle Harrison, outstanding player out of Johns Hopkins, lives in Baltimore, Maryland. Hop, skip, and a jump from Johns Hopkins University. Here comes Bradman. Bradman had 7 goals in that last game in Vegas. He wheels, deals, shoots, and scores. Doesn't take much time, just 36 seconds into the match. Sam Bradman, who has been on fire during this 3-game winning streak. And once again, he's got it with the long pole, the defender. They now work behind the goal. Pass on the way, and a beautiful save is made by Rodriguez. However, keeping possession is STX. You want to keep that pressure on. Behind the goal, Xander Ritz. Now they kick it up top. That's Shamel Bratton. Bratton. Pass in front, score! Beautiful pass from Bratton, and putting it in between the pipes is Max Ritz. We're only a minute and a half into the match, and it's most advantage out of winning those face-offs. So already Bradman, Max Ritz, and Xander Ritz with goals, and this match is not even 2 minutes old. Ben DeFelice, who does such a good job in that face-off position. He'll pass it, he'll get off the field, and coming in will be Romel Bratton. Max Ritz. Ritz with the ball behind the goal. He wears number 10. Max and his brother both went to the University of Maryland from Wayne, Pennsylvania. Mike Van Kamecki right now in the game. They kick it up top, enjoying a 3-0 lead. It has been all STX early on. Bobby Davis in the game right now. He wears number 24. He kicks up top to Ritz. Ritz doesn't have it. They'll work in their attack, Romel Bratton. And so far, Samir, it has been all STX.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the firepower that STX has through the midfield, and as well as the Ritz connection on attack, is really unbeatable.
Yep. And now we're going to see the first attack of the night from Soleil. Let's see if they can put something together. That's a little tough reading the jersey numbers with the gray background, so you'll have to apologize if I don't make all the right calls when they have the ball on attack. But right now it's Greg Pizer, number 20. Pizer gives way.
This is Whit McCarthy right here, and he's a fan favorite. He's a kid coming out of NCAA D3 school, and he's really excelled the entire tour.
Working in heavy traffic, gets tripped up, gets behind the net, loose ball picked up. On the way, the shot by Christmas goes wide.
Shot wide, but
The one thing about Christmas with that hairstyle, you can't miss him out there, can you?
Absolutely. And he's also got that bright green head as well.
Yep, he went to the University of Virginia out of Lower Merion High School, the same high school that produced Kobe Bryant. Errant pass. It's going to get scooped up. Who wants it? Coming away with it is Soleil once again. They trail 3-0. 3 goals were scored not even 2 minutes into this match. Shot on the way, score! So Soleil gets on the scoreboard at the 11:02 mark. It's a 3-1 game.
And that's Sean Lindsay, and he's a fantastic player out of Syracuse. And actually joining the Syracuse family is Tim Desko next year for LXM Pro, and that's awesome to see. Tim Desko played a ton of games out in the Carrier Dome, which, Mark, you and I always talk about the Carrier Dome. And he produced a lot of highlights. Actually was on SportsCenter Top 10 quite a bit, so I'm excited to see him out here next season on the tour.
Well, you know, the more outstanding players you can get on this tour, the more attention will be drawn to it, and that is good news to hear. So 3-1, and then Soleil. We talk about the ebbs and flow right now. Soleil winning their second face-off in a row, and so with it, another attack opportunity. Behind the net, good defense there by Andrew Casimir. He's out of Dowling on Long Island, out of East Patchogue. I grew up in Merrick, Long Island, in Nassau County. Dowling, pretty close to Hofstra, where I went to. Class of '84 at your service. Thank you. All knocked out of bounds, and Soleil will keep possession. We've got 10-12 to go here in quarter number 1. STX leads Soleil by the count of 3-1. And I'm still wondering, Samir, did they ever recover from that debacle when they blew that 5-goal halftime lead in Phoenix back in November?
You know, Soleil has a history of coming out hot against a star-studded STX team and then tending to slow down at the end of the game.
But now we're seeing the opposite. They're off to a slow start.
Absolutely, yeah. So you never know what can happen here. I mean, they also have...
Christmas errant pass. It's picked off, and here comes STX on the attack. They've got numbers if they hurry. Oh, errant pass, though, thrown out of bounds. And Max Davis with a rare bad pass there. By the way, we had an opportunity working with Max last spring, doing the high school lacrosse championships in San Diego County. It was a pleasure to pick Max's brain and learn more about the game of lacrosse.
Yeah, and actually in that game, that's where we saw the Torrey Pines Falcons take on the La Costa Canyon Mavericks, and what a fantastic game that was.
Yeah, that was. I remember one team had the lead, and then someone who won it. It was 7-5. I remember was the final.
It was La Costa Canyon who came back and won that game. And
yeah, the Mavericks, and it looked like, remember, Torrey Pines had it, and then La Costa Canyon scored like 3 or 4 goals in the last 3 minutes to pull off victory.
That's correct. And you see Soleil here. I think this is important for them right now, is to just slow down.
Yep, and that's going to be an errant pass, and Soleil will keep possession, however.
Actually, it was a behind-the-back shot from Sean Lindsay. It was an amazing shot there. I mean, these guys are trying all kinds of things out here.
You may as well. Let's see what Christmas can do here. He'll kick it up top. I think they really need to get Christmas going. He had 5 goals and 2 assists in that game last month in Vegas.
That's a good look inside, and I think this is huge right now. If they can get this ground ball, retain possession.
You just want to get those shot opportunities.
You don't want to give STX the ball early, especially on a fast break like this.
Yep, and they've got numbers if they hurry. Shot on the way. It's going to go wide.
Shot wide. Backed up by Team Soleil.
Attempt there by Malcolm Chase.
And right there, I mean, for Team STX, backup is so important. You got to have your attackman backing up a shot like that. If Malcolm's going to take that shot, you got to have the guys backing it up so you can retain possession.
Yeah, where's Malcolm from? I was reading on the bios. I didn't have the info on him. Do you know where he's from?
Yeah, Malcolm actually played over at Whittier. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Out here in California. He played with Brian Kelly, and now they're teammates here on Team STX.
Oh, that's a great story right there.
Brian Kelly, number 19 out there, who just took the field, he actually coaches at Whittier.
Okay. And we should probably make some mention of players who are from Southern California participating tonight. For STX, you've got Eric Crum out of Manhattan Beach, and we should mention a quick goal right there by Soleil, and now it's a 3-2 match.
And there's John Christmas right there. You were talking about him, and I guess his ears were burning.
Yep.
Oh, and Brendan Porter.
And that one just goes wide. Brendan Porter, also a Southern California native, out of Mission Viejo, and played his college lacrosse in Piscataway, New Jersey at Rutgers University.
And Porter was bringing the heat with that shot. That was coming in real hot.
Yep, so Soleil, they trailed 3-0. They've scored the last two, so they've got momentum. And right when I say that, the pick by STX. And here they come into the offensive zone. Shot on the way is going to go wide. Nice save there by Rodriguez. Off the shot attempt by Max Ritz.
Want to let you guys know that we are reading your tweets, seeing your comments in the YouTube section. So make sure to tweet at us at Lacrosse Network. And let us know what you think about the broadcast. Ask us questions, and we'll be sure to answer them.
Shot on the way, score! We're tied at 3 with 7:19 to go here in the first.
And that's just an amazing shot right there. Coming around the corner, dropping the stick low and elevating that shot high. We've seen Brendan Corp do that time and time again on this tour. He's done it so many times. Changing the planes on the goalie is one of the most important things you can do. Matt Russell's a fantastic goalie, but it's tough to stop that when he's on the move.
Well, so STX opened up with 3 quick goals. Soleil has bounced back with 3. We're all tied at 3 with 7:10 to go here in quarter one.
STX, I think, is going to be looking to slow it down here. Soleil's had quite a bit of possession now, and I think STX is going to try and get their midfield on, their first unit. You got Kyle Harrison, Sam Bradman, and see who else they got out there.
Ritz trying to work through some heavy traffic. Good defense there by Soleil, who wants to scoop up that grounder. And coming away with it, it is STX and Sam Bradman.
And Sam Bradman, he was lights out in Las Vegas. He had 7 goals and 1 assist.
Yep.
I mean, an unbelievable showing from him. We have a highlight reel if you want to check it out on TLN, so make sure to check that out.
Yep, also in that victory, Eric Crum had 4 goals, Ramel Bratton and Kyle Harrison with 3 apiece. He had 4 guys with at least the hat trick in that one. Ritz, that shot's going to go way wide. I think he just kind of lost the handle as he released that shot from point-blank range.
Absolutely. I mean, Ritz doesn't miss too many of those.
Max with it. Gives way to Nick Tintle. He's out of North Carolina. One of the many Long Island products playing on the LXM Pro Tour here. Let's see what Ritz can do. Wheels, deals, and that one gets stopped short. Loose ball. Who wants to scoop it up on the grounder? It's picked up by Xander Ritz. And a nice save made by Johnny Rodriguez.
Johnny Rodriguez is just a great goalie out of Salisbury. I loved watching him in college, and he's really come into his own on this tour.
And here comes Soleil on the attack, looking for their first lead of the evening. Soleil in the gray, STX in white. Loose ball, who wants to scoop it up off that grounder. Good defense there. Hold is called, however, against STX, and Soleil will retain possession. 5:19 to go here in quarter one, Samir. We're all tied at 3.
This is something that we haven't really seen, a back-and-forth game in the first quarter, but, these guys are in San Diego. It's nice weather. I think they're all warmed up, ready to play.
Shot on the way. It hits the goalpost. Rebound, score! 4-3. Soleil takes their first lead of the evening, and it comes with 5:01 to go here in quarter one.
And, those, we used to call those in high school, we used to call those garbage goals, but really those are some of the most important goals you can score in lacrosse. It's kind of like having an offensive rebound in basketball. It's sitting right there. You got to be able to capitalize on all those opportunities.
Matt Miller with the goal. That's his first of the night. And so Lindsay, Christmas, Corp, and Miller have scored one apiece. They win the face-off, and here they come on the attack once again. You know, the importance of winning those face-offs really just sets the tempo of the match. Early on, it was STX winning them, and now all of a sudden Soleil's winning a bunch of face-offs. They're on the attack, and they certainly have made the most of their opportunities.
So we're going to see Soleil's man-up offense right now. This is going to be really interesting. I think the players to watch out for are Sean Lindsay. He's hanging on the right pipe on the far side. I think they're probably going to be looking to him.
Okay, let's see who Christmas can set up here. They've got the man up. Definitely want to take advantage and get on the scoreboard here. They can really work their offense right now.
And they're in a 2-3-1 set right now, so watch for them to push it from X. Here's Lindsay.
Lindsay score! Oh, he just rips it. That's his second goal of the night. He had scored the first to get them on the scoreboard, and with 4:25 to go, they take a 5-3 lead.
And Sean Lindsay just has a cannon, so you have to watch out for him. On the man up, if you're moving the ball around fast enough and somebody can catch it and release like that straight into a corner, he's a deadly weapon, and they're going to go to him every time.
So Soleil with 5 straight goals after trailing 3-0. And finally, coming up is STX winning a face-off, and so they'll get an opportunity here on the attack, and they need to make the most of it down by 2 goals.
And STX needs to just get their players out there, slow the ball down, and work some 6-on-6 offense. They have some extremely talented attackmen, and I think exploiting their matchups, finding their matchups, that's going to be the key.
Yep, and you definitely want to look for Sam Bradman.
Yeah, and they're putting a long pole on Sam Bradman right away. I mean, they know that he's the catalyst of this offense.
Max Ritz wheels, deals, shoots, and Rodriguez with yet another save. He's been very impressive in the pipes after giving up 3 early goals.
And Soleil's defense, very impressive right now, especially Johnny Rodriguez in the cage.
So let's see what Soleil can do here on this offensive possession. Sean Delaney, number 23. He's got it. Let's see what they can do right here. He's out there with Pizer, Christmas. And they are up by a pair and looking good here as we approach the 3-minute mark. Christmas doesn't have it, kicks it up top. Aaron pass, however, it'll be scooped up by Soleil. They'll keep possession. It's Pizer. He's out of Johns Hopkins, Long Islander out of Cold Spring Harbor. Shot on the way. It's going to go wide. Tried to beat the goalie on the near side.
And see, I liked what Soleil was doing up there when they were exploiting their short pole matchups. I mean, you see Pizer had so much room right there, and that's a great pass.
Yep. However, good defensive pressure by STX. They can't come away with it. Now way to Rodriguez. Rodriguez and right away, Soleil back on the attack. They have been impressive since trailing 3-0. Shot on the way. It's going to go high and wide. They'll keep possession. So that's really the key. Just keep putting the pressure. They're really making STX expend a lot of energy on the defensive end.
That's J.R. Reskovich. You can see he always has his head up. He's a great feeder. He's always got his head up. He's always looking inside.
Oh, in any sport, you need to do that if you're going to find your teammate open. A flag flies here. Looks like there'll be another man-up opportunity for Soleil.
Definitely want to thank all the viewers who are joining us tonight. And make sure you guys know, send us your comments on YouTube, send us your tweets at Lacrosse Network, and let us know what you think. Ask us any questions, and we'll be sure to answer them.
Samir, we got 2:03 to go here in the first. 5-3 is your score, and Team Soleil once again with a man-up opportunity. They cashed in last time with Sean Lindsay. Let's see if they can do it again. Christmas behind the goal. He does such a good job with his vision of finding those open teammates. Shot on the way. It's going to go wide.
1 minute for a slash.
So 1 minute slashing penalty is called. You want to quickly get back into that attack as soon as possible. Ripping it, and it's going wide, but they're getting those shot opportunities. You want to get as many chances as possible here, because if they could score a goal, they can double up and be up by 3.
So that's a great stick inside right there by Casimir.
Yep, forcing them and taking some time off the clock on the man-up opportunity.
Oh, and that's a great behind the back.
Did you see that? He tried to put it in between the pipes behind the back. Why not? Momentum was carrying. You should try and put it in between the pipes any way you can. Shot on the way. It's going to go wide. They are getting the opportunities. Pizer there on the shot attempt, as we're down to 1:21 to go here in the first. And the man-up opportunity comes to an end. And then right after that, they find a way to score a goal, and they go up 6-3. It's John Christmas with 1:17 to go.
John Christmas feeding Brendan Corp there. I mean, that's an awesome play by Christmas. That's why he plays X. He's sitting back there. He's got great vision. He's got a great stick. So, I mean, if you want to be an X attackman, make sure you watch John Christmas play.
So for Corp, that's going to be his second goal of the game. And they're up 6-3. I mean, when STX opened up 3-0, I thought, oh, man, Soleil's in for trouble tonight. But they have bounced back with 6 straight goals.
You know, I think STX is having a little bit of trouble dealing with the defense of Soleil right now. I mean, Soleil is putting a pull on Sam Bradman. They're just creating some difficulties for the STX midfield. So I think they're going to have to run it through their attack, and we'll see how they can do that. In this
right. Well, you have to find a way to make changes on the fly. You've got to make those adjustments, and right now STX working on making those adjustments, down by 3, 6-3. 50 seconds to go here in quarter number 1. Shot on the way. Rodriguez with yet another save. He has been impressive in between the pipes here in the first.
Let's see what they can do here with 40 seconds left in the quarter.
Yeah, they want to try and get another run, try and put another goal on the board here as they lead at 6-3. Shot on the way. Save is made nicely there by Matt Russell. And we're down to 25 seconds. Let's see if STX has a run in them here. If they could get a goal, get a little bit of momentum here at the end of the first. We're down to 12 seconds. Down to 10. Ritz wheels, deals, shoots and scores.
And that's Jamel Bratton. That's a great play right there. He's such an agile player. From his time at Virginia, I loved watching him play. He can just stop and go. And then his stick is unbelievable inside. That little dip and dunk, that'll get those goalies every time.
So Bratton comes up with the big-time goal with just 7 seconds to go, making it a 6-4 game. And their first goal in between goals was almost 11 minutes. They had 3 goals at the 11:02 mark. Didn't get their fourth until 7 seconds remaining.
Well, sometimes these players just need a little bit of pressure, especially a player like Jamel Bratton, who got to play on the big stage.
Shot attempt, save made by Rodriguez at the end of 1 from Ed Burke Stadium at Torrey Pines High School in Del Mar, California. It's Soleil 6, STX 4. You're watching the LXM Pro Tour on the Lacrosse Network.
Extra set of holes so I can put my stick out, I can bag it in or take it out. The actual throat of the stick allows me, when I'm gripping it with my glove, to get right up in there and get aggressive on it. And it also has kind of a nice top piece where I'm allowed to actually feel it come off the plastic. There's a little lip up here. So again, Matt Russell using the shield. I'm Matt Russell with Team STX. I'm going to talk about the new STX shield here. First and foremost, it's got the C-Cup technology, making for a stiffer frame. So kind of all weather, really flexible. Also good on ground balls, getting down there. The stringing allows you to do a variety of whatever works basically for your stringing preferences. You have a lot of optionality. Also down in the throat, I have an extra set of holes so I can put my stick out, I can bag it in or take it out. The actual throat of the stick allows me, when I'm gripping it with my glove, to get right up in there and get aggressive on it. And it also has kind of a nice top piece where I'm allowed to actually feel it come off the plastic. There's a little lip up here. So, again, Matt Russell using the shield.
And at the start of the second quarter, we have Team Soleil up 6. Team SDX with 4.
Welcome back here. Second quarter action. Mark Eller, Samir Chowdhury at Burke Stadium, Torrey Pines High School, Del Mar, California. Soleil leads 6-4, and they have it as we open up the second quarter. They're in their gray as Soleil, STX in their white. And if you didn't notice, they changed sides in between quarters. 4 15-minute quarters here tonight.
What a ground ball battle to start out the second quarter here. I mean, the face-off X is so important in lacrosse, and the ground ball battle is equally as important.
Yep, because many times winning face-offs equals attack, equals goal shot opportunities, and we have seen usually the team winning the face-off is getting the better end. Early on, STX was winning those face-offs, but as the first quarter went on, Soleil started winning a whole bunch of them, and that's the reason for your 6-4 score.
And there's Bradman. He's got the long pole on him all night. And there's Ramel who had a great game last game as well. And they're just putting those long poles up high, and they're putting the short poles down low.
You need to start setting some picks for him. You got to find a way to get him open. They are being very patient right now on the attack. Shot on the way, score with 13:44 here to go in the first half. We've got ourselves a 6-5 contest here. And for STX, it's Sam Bradman. They found a way to get him open.
Hey, once you get him open, all he's got to do, he goes down that alley and keeps it in his right hand. You know, he plays like a Canadian player. And he is a Canadian player. And
that's a good reason why he plays like a Canadian player. So for Bradman, very interesting. He opened up the game with the first goal, and now he scores the first goal of the second quarter. So 6-5 is your score. STX finding a way to bounce back here.
And I got to give a quick shout out, Mark, to Bad Luck Laxer on Twitter, who just tweeted a picture to us. He's watching the game on his TV, so that's great to see.
Right on with today's technology. Hey, just plug in your computer to that TV, and you got a big screen picture. Shot, score! Coming up with the goal, it's Shamel Bratton, and we're all tied at 6.
And there you have it. I mean, Shamel Bratton's putting them on the board and equalizing the game. He is very dynamic, and to have 2 goals already, it's great to see. Ramel, we saw excel in the last game, and you know, it'd be great to see both of them.
Yep, and goals at the 13:44 and now 13:13 mark. Samir, they opened up the game, scoring at 14:24, 13:30, and 13:16. So they really seem to like the opening moments tonight of each of the first 2 quarters.
You know, they're really athletic in the midfield position. I mean, you see Kyle Harrison, Sam Bradman, Max Davis, both the Bratton brothers. So they come out very explosive. I think when the game gets a little bit settled, I don't think they have as much success. But if they can keep it explosive like that, they're going to be fine all night.
You know, when you think about it with the offense, you know, teams, you know, I always think of basketball because that's how my mind works. But, you know, when you're in transition, you always have better looks, better opportunities to score. It's when you have to go into the half-court sets where a team's offense really gets challenged to see how well they can produce. Bradman, they kick up top. Nothing doing right now. So they're going to go ahead and spread things out, says Max Ritz.
And there's
to Bratton, behind to Bradman. Pass on the way. Shot's going to go wide. So good opportunity there by Eric Crum, but couldn't put it in between. They scoop up the ground ball, and they'll keep possession. Let's see what Crum can do here. He gives way to Ritz. Max kicks up top. Now they'll go into their half-court set. Max Ritz with the ball. 6-all your score. 11:55 to go here in quarter number 1. Bratton was thinking about it, but good defense there. Shot on the way. It's going to go wide.
shot wide. Backed up by Team
And if we're looking at the
that was Xander Ritz, by the way, on the shot attempt.
Yeah, if we're looking at the matchups here, you see Shamel Bratton, he was pulling a short pull, and Xander Ritz is pulling a short pull as well. I think those two guys have to be dodging. They're the ones who have to create.
Good insight there, Samir. And so let's see what Soleil can do here. They have an opportunity now to try and get their offense going in a 6-6 tie.
Soleil does a great job of slowing the ball down. They're slowing it down. They're moving it through X. They're getting their midfield on. And I think they're having a lot of success doing that.
STX opened up with the first 3 goals, and Soleil went on a 6-0 run. And then the last 3 have scored by STX. And we're tied at 6. So the 3s and the 6s seem to be the dominant numbers so far in this lacrosse match here tonight.
Whit McCarthy in the invert set pulls the double fast. He's got to move it now. Somebody's open.
Because he was double teamed there for a moment. Now they get back into one man-man defense here. 10:45 to go here in the first half in a 6-6 game. Shot on the way is going to be way wide, not even close there. They'll keep possession. You know, Soleil would love nothing better than to end this season, Samir, with a victory after losing the last 3. They actually led at one time in this series 2-1, but it's been all STX the last 3 games. Christmas score! It's after Christmas, but he'll take the present there. They're up 7-6 with 10:29 to go here in the first half.
Yeah, and John Christmas, we've seen him do that so many times on the tour where he uses the defender as a screen. And when the defender is standing right in front of the goalie can't see where the ball's coming from. And John Christmas, that's called lacrosse IQ there. He knows exactly when to release that ball.
And so for Christmas, that is his 2nd goal of the game, along with an assist. So he has 3 points here tonight. 7-6, Soleil by 1. And Soleil wins the face-off, and so once again they'll get another attack opportunity with the 1-goal lead. They've had the lead most of the night. They only trailed for about, took them about 8 minutes to tie things up. They've had the lead since, except for one tie. That was just a few moments ago. But Christmas changed all that. They're up 7-6, and he's got possession of that ball for Team Soleil. Christmas was looking to bury one. Good defense there.
Shot saved by Russell.
And it's going to be scooped up by STX.
And those slides are coming right on time for Team STX right now. And Soleil's got to move it when they draw the double. They got to move it 1-2, and you'll have an open man on the backside. At least a 2-on-1.
Yeah, Russell made a good save there and went out of the pipes to get things going. Shot on the way. Nice save by Rodriguez off the shot attempt by Von Kamecki. Loose ball scramble. Who wants to come away with it? It's going to be STX, and they'll get another opportunity here. It's Nick Tintle, number 23. Tintle shoot, and the save made by Rodriguez. Long rebound, though. What's the call?
It's like a little bit of confusion on the field. Players not too happy about it. The ball's going to go Soleil's way.
Yeah, because I thought that STX was going to continue to have possession, but the call is made, and here comes Soleil.
There's Porter, one of the real athletic players on this tour.
Had the opportunity to call some games when he played high school lacrosse over at Mission Viejo High School for the Diablos, just a few miles up on the I-5 in Orange County in Mission Viejo, California. They've got a growing program there, and the popularity of lacrosse in California, it's the quickest growing high school sport in the state of California. It seems like every year there are more and more schools starting up programs.
Yeah, I mean, Mark, out at the Del Mar Polo Fields today, you got 20 fields going at the Adrenaline Challenge.
Oh, wow.
Almost 7,000 people out there.
That's great.
Playing lacrosse in Southern California. But now to see it grow to this point is amazing, and Adrenaline and LXM Pro are doing a great job of helping it grow.
That's great. That's what it's all about. Let more and more people learn and get to love this game. It is fun to watch. Shot on the way. It's going to go wide off the opportunity by Ramel Bratton. By the way, he and his brother Shamel, both from Long Island, from Huntington, New York. I'll always talk about those Long Island guys as I grew up in Merrick myself. That pass is going to go wide and out of bounds, and we'll go to Team Soleil.
And I got to give another shout out, Mark, to Sam Rideout. Tweeted a picture of him watching the game on TV as well. Thanks for that, Sam. If you guys are watching it, make sure to tweet it at us and give us a hashtag.
Absolutely. Here comes Max Ritz. It's a 7-6 game. Soleil up by 1. Ritz shoots, scores. The whole time he was just looking at the goal. The goalie thought he was going to pass. Ritz lets it fly. He scores. And we're on 7 with 7:24 to go here in the first half.
Max and Xander. I mean, that's what you need in your attackman. And Max right there, that's not an easy goal to finish. It looks easy, I mean, to be one-on-one with the goalie, but sometimes those are the toughest ones to finish.
Well, you know, the great ones make it look oh so easy. And for Max, that's his second goal of the night. And so the sevens are wild, and we're at the 7-minute mark here in the first half. So triple sevens for those of you who like the number 7 there. Maybe you'll go to Vegas, get some triple sevens, win some money. Here comes STX, Bobby Davis, number 24. Davis out of VMI and local product, living in Coronado. Here comes Bradman. All of a sudden, they just brought their attack to a standstill as they made a change on the fly here offensively. Max Ritz. Max wheels, deals, shoots, and he scores. Oh my, that was a long shot by Max Ritz, and throw out the hats because he's got himself a hat trick with 6:34 to go here in the first half.
Actually, Mark, that's Kyle Harrison coming through the midfield. Kyle Harrison, that's his. Yeah, it's tough to see those numbers from up here, but that's his standard.
The 1-0, 1-8, you know.
Yeah, that's his standard, traditional Kyle Harrison down the right alley, jump shot. I mean, we saw that so many times at Hopkins, and that brings me to a question that I got on Twitter from Derek Pham asking me who my favorite LXM Pro is. And growing up, I actually, before every game, I played midfield, and I used to watch Kyle Harrison's highlight tape on YouTube before every single one of my games. So I'd have to say Kyle Harrison's my favorite one to watch, and I love watching him live here because of plays like that.
And you had mentioned you went to Harvard Westlake. How is their program up there?
You know, Harvard Westlake, it's a I played during the first year of that program back in 2004, my freshman year of high school. And it's growing quite a bit. We had an undefeated season a couple years ago, Los Angeles playoffs a couple times. So
McCarthy on the attack. His shot will go wide, and Soleil will keep possession with 5:52 to go here in the first half. So 8-7 your score. We've been kind of going back and forth here tonight. It's been a good one here in Del Mar, California. Torrey Pines High at Burke Stadium. Shot, score! Comes at 5:42. Team Soleil goes up 9-7.
And, you know, first half right now, a really back-and-forth game. I mean, tied again. Unbelievable to see these two teams going at it, putting on a great show here in San Diego.
Excuse me, 8-all with 5:42 to go. You just keep correcting me as we keep going along here, Samir.
By number 4, Bratton Bros.
So Corp with the goal. He's got a hat trick, so that one I can say correctly. 8-all. Sean Lindsay gets credited with the assist, and this one has been a good one so far here, so the fans on hand getting to enjoy a real good match here tonight as we wrap up the 2012 season. And speaking of this LXM Pro Tour, what does the future look like for the tour, Samir?
Well, you know, as we talked about a little bit in the beginning of the game tonight, you have that's a great goal. John Christmas.
Man, Christmas puts it right in between the pipes, and now he's got himself a hat trick.
That's a really fantastic goal. I mean, such a small angle, a sliver of an angle for John Christmas, but he can do it. But the future of the tour, I mean, we talked about it a little bit in the beginning. STX just very recently, the news coming out that they just signed Tim Desko to the tour, signed him to Team STX, and that's huge. I mean, Tim Desko, fantastic player out of Syracuse, highlight reel player, throwing it between his legs quite a few times on SportsCenter Top 10, and I'm excited to see him play out here.
So third goal of the game for Christmas gives Soleil a 9-8 lead, but here they come back on the attack as STX. Errant pass goes out of bounds. Rare turnover there. It'll go to Soleil.
And got to give a shout out to Jacob Glass, and then also mention to you, Mark, the coach of Team STX, Peter Dante, also went to Hofstra, played lacrosse at Hofstra, and has a team in Los Angeles called the Pride.
All right. And now the one question that I want to ask from that young man, if he can respond, for many years, Hofstra's nickname when I went to school was the Flying Dutchman. Then they changed their nickname to the Pride. If you have any inside information as to why that happened, I never really got an answer from anyone at Hofstra about that. And personally, I think the Flying Dutchman has a lot more colorful nickname than the Pride.
All right, so we got that from the Clinch report. They said the West LA Pride had 2 big wins today. And they're all watching. So if you guys have any insight on why the Flying Dutchman became the Pride, let us know.
Absolutely. And I also want to know why Hofstra stopped their football program. They were Division III back in my day, moved up to Division I AA. Number of guys have played in the NFL, including Marcus Colston of the New Orleans Saints. And then what do? They dropped the program. Not happy about that. But here we're 9-8, Soleil with the lead. And right now on the attack is STX. They're trying to tie things up here. Xander Ritz, one of the founders of the LXM Pro League here. He and his brother very much involved.
And there's Kyle Harrison. He's got the matchup. He's got to go.
Yep.
A great double team right there. But if Kyle's going to pull a short pole, he's got to go all day. And I think right here they're going to go with Ramel.
Okay, let's see if you're right. Shot on the way. That's going to go wide off the shot attempt by Ramel Bratton. So your prediction there was right, but they didn't come up with a goal. But they do keep possession. Trying to tie things up here with 3:13 to go in the first half.
Yeah, they're looking to go on these short poles. I think that's a smart move, though. They're trying to find the matchup, and the matchup right now is with Ramel Bratton.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. You want to try and exploit and find your best opportunity to score. Tintle. He doesn't have it. They go behind. Ritz. They'll kick it up top. See if they go back to Bratton here, if they go to Kyle Harrison. Good defense by Soleil. But they are making the defense work right now. You want to have them expend that energy. Tintle, shot, score! 2:38 to go. We're all tied at 9.
And Tintle, just a great play in the crease right there. He had a little cushion of room, exploded out towards the ball, caught, and release. And that's what you got to do in the crease. I mean, I had a coach who used to tell me, you don't have to shoot fast. You just got to shoot fast. So you don't have to shoot 100 miles per hour every time, but if you can catch and release it quicker than the goalie can react, you're going to score a lot of goals.
So don't shoot fast, but shoot fast?
But shoot fast, exactly.
Have a quick release. And so we are tied at 9. It's been a 5-3 run for STX here in the third to tie things up at 9. We've got just under 2.5 minutes to go in the first half from Ed Burke Stadium, Torrey Pines High in Del Mar, California. It's a great night for lacrosse, and we have a pretty good crowd on hand. Really enjoying this one.
Assist on Tintle's goal goes to number 3, Ramel Bratton. Tintle's goal evens the score 9-9 with just about 2 minutes to go here.
So right now, Shamel Bratton with it. He wears number 1. Let's see what Shamel can do right here. He's left side, just inside the 20-yard line. Wheels, deals, shoots. It's going to go wide. They'll keep possession. Just under 2 minutes to go with 1:57 to go.
And Shamel Bratton, actually a natural lefty, shot that one with his right hand. And his brother, twin brother, Ramel, is actually a natural righty.
They want to see if you're paying attention to them. Huh?
Yeah. So I think if Shamel can, looks like he's setting himself up for a nice lefty rip. And when he unleashes it lefty.
Yep, Max Ritz's shot goes wide. It will get picked up by brother Xander. Both of them from Wayne, Pennsylvania. Oops, losing track of the ball for a second. It was Shamel Bratton. Now he picks it up.
He's going to go right to left here.
Well, he wants to.
He wants to.
Now here he goes. Shot on the way, score!
And that's his right hand. So, I guess.
Ambidextrous.
Yeah, these players got to go two ways.
So Bratton's goal comes at the 128 mark. And the score now, it's STX 10 and Soleil 9. 6 goals here in the quarter for Team STX. They lead the overall series 4-2. And we'll find out if we finish up this series 4-3 or 5-2.
Team STX goal. His third of the game, scored by number 1.
So we got some more information there on Hofstra, huh?
Yeah, it looked like it. Looked like a reason for the
Well,
Dutchman.
I'll explain to you why their nickname was the Flying Dutchman, because the founders of the school, William and Kate Hofstra, were both of Dutch descent. So to me, the Flying Dutchman, that nickname made a lot of sense. So there's a little history lesson for you there.
1 minute remaining.
Shot on the way, and the save is made by Rodriguez. And now trying to push on the attack is Soleil. They trail at 10-9 with 50 seconds to go here in the first half. They would love nothing better than an equalizer and go into the locker room tied at 10.
Under 1 minute here. And, Von Kamecki and Johnny Rodriguez, those guys are teammates from college, so I'm sure he's seen that shot.
Shot on the way. The save's made. At first, Russell wasn't sure that he had it, and then he got up and he realized the ball was right underneath him.
That was an interesting move. I've never seen that before. The goalie just lays flat.
Yeah, it's the old lay flat maneuver. Haven't you heard about that one?
10 seconds left. Let's see.
If they could get a shot off. I don't think they're going to get one off. I think we're going to finish this first half with a 10-9 score. And that's how we'll go at halftime from Ed Burke Stadium, Torrey Pines High School in Del Mar, California. Your halftime score, STX 10 and Soleil 9. You're watching the LXM Pro Tour exclusively on the Lacrosse Network. Stay with us.
No problem. Just tell me when he needs to get me going.
Make something happen. So that's how we came up with our first project, T-shirt. Right away I ordered 100. I got into lacrosse when I was in 3rd grade. When I first started, I probably didn't put a stick down for the next 17 to 18 years of my life. I had the opportunity to go to Uganda, and it was actually all in efforts of this organization called Fields of Growth. It was interesting because when I went over there, I had no expectations really. I was just completely open. I just packed my bag, had my lacrosse stick, and we coached the first ever African lacrosse team that had a federation. We'd be walking through the streets in the main city of Kampala, and we'd see a kid with his lacrosse helmet on, Seeing that just real connectedness that you get from a team sport. It was the first time I actually felt responsible for really trying to make something happen. So that's how we came up with our first project, T-shirt. Right away I ordered 180 T-shirts, and it was $5 for each of these T-shirts goes back to Fields of Growth. Obviously you need to sell to stay alive, but the beauty of what we're doing is the bigger we get, the more we can actually help. If a person doesn't really align with any of the partners that we're with, then they can choose one. They can go on our website, they can go to the checkout line, and they can say, this is the nonprofit that I like. So if someone buys this T-shirt and is walking down the street to say, what's Encore, they can start talking about the Mural Arts Program, they can start talking about LEAPS, they can start talking about all the other partners that we're aligned with. I think Encore, it's really trying to make people be aware of, okay, there's more than just what I'm immediately immersed in right now. Try and do little things in the world. An old friend of mine used to talk about how I had all these opportunities to do so much, but I couldn't do it because of what I did. so we call it the Catch 33. And it was the opportunities that arise from what you do, you can't do because of what you do. But the key word of that is the opportunity. You have that opportunity, you have the resources to do things, and how are you going to do it? You know, what are you going to leave behind?
line, perform, recover. 3 fuels for 3 stages of the game. Gatorade, is it in you?
Welcome back to the LXM Pro Tour here on the Lacrosse Network, along with Samir Chowdhury. I'm Mark Keller. Thanks so much for joining us. 10-9 your score at halftime. STX with the lead. Your stats at the half for STX. Bradman and Ritz with 2 goals apiece. Xavier Ritz with 1. Shamel Bratton, he's got the hat trick. Kyle Harrison with 1. Nick Tintle with 1. And Ramel Bratton, he has an assist. For Soleil, Sean Lindsay, 2 goals and assist. Brandon Corp already with 3 goals. John Christmas, 3 goals, 2 assists. 1 goal by Jeff Worley, and J.R. Oreskovich with 1 assist. And those are your halftime numbers opening up the second half. It's STX. They win the faceoff. They get the first opportunity to attack Samir here in quarter 3.
And, you know, I got to give a shout-out to one of our friends, Greg from East Coast Dies, who chimed in on Twitter. He's actually watching both this game and the NLL game on the Lacrosse Network tonight.
What's going on in the other game right now?
I'm not
Any
too
update?
positive. I think we'll get an update and give you guys an update very shortly.
Shot on the way goes wide by Shamel Bratton. He had that hot first half, looking to add on more here in the early moments of the second half.
And, you know, again, you have Bratton with the matchup, and I think this is exactly what he wants. Oh, he
tries to the equivalent of a slam dunk, but that one doesn't go. And here comes Team Soleil in transition on their first attack here in the second half. Just about 1 minute in, 10-9 STX with the lead over Soleil. We're at Ed Burke Stadium, Torrey Pines High here in Del Mar, California. Thanks for joining us here on a brisk but comfortable Saturday evening here in Southern California. Just about a couple of miles away from the Pacific Ocean.
And just got an update right now from the NLL game. It's 2-1. The Stealth are leading the Nighthawks with 5 minutes left in the first quarter.
Okay.
So another good game on the Lacrosse Network.
Shot on the way. Save is made. Russell got pushed into the goal, yet was able to make the stick save.
You know, it looks like both teams are kind of getting a little bit more comfortable right now, just within the game. You know, it takes some time to feel out the other team, to feel out the atmosphere, feel out the turf, feel out the lights, the whole thing, you know. So I think both teams are getting a little comfortable, understanding their matchups. I think we're going to see a lot more settled offense in this half than transition.
Yep, well, I'll tell you, the lighting is great in this stadium. Very easy to see. A newer stadium. Actually, they put in, it looks like relatively a new turf here. This is a great facility for sports. And Torrey Pines High School has a very good athletic program. Shot on the way, Rodriguez with the save, just snatches it out of the air. And here comes Team Soleil in transition, and they're on the attack trying to tie things up.
That's not something we see very often. Sam Bradman going down the alley, switching to his left hand and taking a big jump shot. It looks like something he learns from his fellow STX teammate Kyle Harrison.
Here comes Sean Lindsay. He had a good first half with a pair of goals. Uses a pick, tries to get open. Working his way. A loose ball scramble in front of the net. Matt Russell able to corral it. He out of Navy, lives in Connecticut. And let's see what STX can do here, clinging to a 1-goal lead.
And that was just one too many moves there from Lindsay. He had his guy beat. He was looking up, but none of his teammates were there to help him out. So at that point, you got to pull it out, reset.
Sometimes a little bit too much mustard on the hot dog there, along with the relish, the sauerkraut, the whole shebang. Trying to extend their lead. No scoring early on here in the second half of action. wrapping up the LXM Pro Tour for the 2012 season. Do you think we'll see the same number of stops, or do you think they're looking to increase the stops on the tour?
You know, I was really impressed with all the stops this year. I think they put on great events. Partnering with the Adrenaline tournaments was really awesome, and I'd love to see more events. I'd love to see them go up to Northern California as well, but I think we're going to see some awesome players come on, you know, especially hearing about Tim Desco.
Shot attempt by Bobby Davis. Save was made. Now back on the attack. That shot, Russell lost it, but somehow made the save. The ball bounced up about 12 feet up in the air. Christmas corrals it, and Soleil gets another opportunity here on the attack. You can tell Christmas wants it. He shoots it, and it's going to go high and wide. And that was from point-blank range.
And Christmas doesn't you know, miss too many of those, but it's a great back check from STX.
Yep.
A nice coma slide there. STX, they're dead on right now with their slides.
Yep, Russell with yet another save, and here comes STX across that 50-yard line onto the attack.
It's Kyle Harrison. He's got a short pole. Looks like he's going to go.
Nifty pass there. Shot on the way, and the save made by Rodriguez off the attempt from Ramel Bratton.
And Ramel's got to change planes there. I mean, he releases high. He's got to release high to low, low to high, change the planes. And, you know, otherwise, though, a great shot. I mean, it had a lot of heat on it.
But outside of that, it was a great shot.
Outside of that, I like the way it looked.
No, I know what you're talking about. You want to try and change the goalie's eyes of vision there. And if you stay at that same level, it's easier to make the save. Shot on the way. Beautiful save by Russell. I'll tell you right now, he's in the zone. Maybe he hasn't seen a couple of the shots, but he's still come up with the save. Aaron pass goes out of bounds, but they say Soleil gets to keep possession. 9:36 to go here in the third quarter. We're at 10-9 at halftime. That's still our score. We're 5.5 minutes into this third quarter of play.
They're swinging it nicely on Soleil right now. Just got to keep moving around, find the backside, find the 2-on-1.
Yeah, and they're being patient right now, and that's the important thing. You want to look for that gap, look for that opening, and make the defense work. Scooping up that grounder, Soleil comes away with it, so they'll keep possession. Shot on the way, that one goes wide.
Backed up by Team Soleil.
That shot attempt there by Matt Miller.
Oh, and Christmas had it. That's a classic draw and dump right there. Just couldn't get the pass off correctly.
But they still have possession. They'll try again. Shot on the way. Score! With 8:48 to go, we're tied at 10.
And Corp, I mean, he got inside, used his body to get inside there, and just released a quick one.
Yep, and for Corp, that is his fourth goal of the evening. Talk about the way Brandon's performed here tonight.
It looks like we got another tie ball game here, Mark.
Yep, and Corp with 4 goals. He has really been solid tonight for this Soleil team. He had a goal and assist last month in Vegas, and he has really come up big for this team. They've needed someone to step up and score a bunch of goals for them outside of Christmas, and Corp has been the man here tonight.
Oh, and JR's got to have 2 hands on that ground ball. But he recovers it, he gets it, and it looks like he's looking to go.
Yep. Save made by Russell. And right now, STX, it's real important that they get an attack run here. Let's see what they can do. They got an opportunity if they move it quickly.
Max Ritz signaling to slow it down right now, and I think his brother Xander's on the same page as him. They know that they need a good long possession. They have to get, you can see Kyle Harrison and Shamel Bratton getting ready to come in through the midfield. Those are the guys you want on right now.
Right now, Max Davis with the ball. Max out of UMBC from Baltimore. He's had some of his enjoyable moments. He's playing some classic matches at Towson State University in Maryland. Nice facility there, just outside of Washington, D.C.
And you can hear the frustration from Kyle there, Kyle Harrison on that pass.
Barely saved right there towards the end by Sam Bradman.
They're just bringing that long pull onto Kyle as fast as they
Bradman
can.
with a nice move. Wheels, deals, shoots, bounces off Rodriguez, and goes behind the goal. Good opportunity there for Bradman. Picked up by Ritz. Nice slide there. Kind of a little bit of it looked like to me like a late hit. Yeah, they'll say that. Who's keeping it? STX or Soleil?
Soleil's keeping it.
It looked like the ref changed his mind 2 or 3 times before finally settling into
like
that call. We've got 7:10 to go. Here in quarter 3, we're all tied at 10. Who do you think's going to pull this one out, Samir? We have just been going back and forth all evening long.
We're going back and forth quite a bit. I think I'm going to go ahead and say I think Soleil might pull this one out. And I think it's because I'm impressed with their settled offense right now. And as we go into the fourth quarter and as things settle down even more, I think Soleil is going to come out.
Well, we'll have to find and see if some of the fans online will have to see if they agree or disagree with you, Mr. Chowdhury.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, let us know what you guys think right now. 10-10 game in the third. Tweet at us, comment below. Let us know who you think is going to come out on top.
Yep, we approach just under 6.5 minutes. Max Davis comes out of the game, and back in Shamil Bratton. Trying to set up the offense. That ball, I'm not sure who it hit off going out of bounds. And it will go to Team Soleil.
And I got to say, it's pretty amazing to me that they've been able to keep Eric Crum so quiet tonight. Eric Crum has been lights out usually in each of the games, and actually was featured on SportsCenter Top 10 recently with one of his goals. Unbelievable goal out in Seattle.
You're right, and Crum has not scored this evening. I think that's been one of the key reasons that right now we're locked up in that 10-10 tie.
And Soleil, again, slowing the ball down, looking for their matchups.
Yep, and I think also, it was a pretty frenetic pace in the first half. I think, maybe the legs getting a little tired. Maybe playing into settling more into the half-court sets on offense. Shot on the way, score! With 5:33 to go.
And that's Sean Lindsay. And it's a very similar goal to Brendan Corp's last goal. Down the right pipe, getting in tight and shooting to the far side. It looks like that might be one of Russell's weaknesses, and they're exploiting that right now.
And for Lindsay, that's his third goal of the evening. So Corp with 4, Christmas with 3, Lindsay with 3. It's been the triumvirate of Soleil players that have given them the 1-goal lead. And I apologize for the delay on the goal scores of who it is. It's just really tough seeing those numbers. That black with gray. I will say, Team Soleil, got to do something about those uniforms. I hope you're listening to me there. I hope the fans at home agree with us there. Because, it's just so much easier to call when you can see those numbers,
Absolutely.
Red numbers, white uniform, easy to see. So now the pressure is to make the right call. Shot on the way, score!
And
we are tied at 11. And coming up with that goal is Bobby Davis, his first of the night.
And that's Bobby Davis. He's a hometown kid here. He's playing in his hometown from Coronado, California, just a little bit south from here.
Yep, and the Islanders have a real good program down south. And it's also a great place to go on vacation. It's one of those little throwback towns. When I go down there, I don't bring the computer. I don't bring the cell phone. Just leave me alone. I'm walking on the beach. 11-all with 4:56 to go. And winning the faceoff is STX. And they have an opportunity to recapture the lead.
Those are the type of players who I think you're going to see, being very successful for Team STX, because it looks like Soleil's defense has really found a way to play their star players.
Shot on the way, and the save is made by Rodriguez. For a second, it almost got behind him. Good shot attempt there by Max Ritz.
And I'm very impressed with Rodriguez tonight. To have a guy like Kyle Harrison coming in that close to you, shooting at that speed and being able to stop it.
Yep.
That's unbelievable.
Loose ball scramble coming away with it. is Team Soleil. So they'll have an opportunity to try and recapture the lead with 4:10 to go here in the third quarter. Shot on the way. Nice save by Russell. The one thing I've noticed with Russell, if you try and shoot straight on against him or to the left side, he seems to be lights out. It's that right side where the players seem to be able to find some daylight.
Yeah, absolutely. Those are the last two goals that were scored by Corpin and Lindsay. Down that right side, shooting far side.
So 3:44 to go here in the third. Tied at 11 goals here in the quarter by Corp, Lindsay, and Davis. It's been relatively low-scoring third after 10 goals were scored in the first quarter. We went into the locker room with a 10-9 game.
It looks like we got a prediction here from Alex E. She says Team STX ends up with the win.
So there you go.
There you go. Got a couple other ones. 2 Soleil, 2 STX, and keep on coming in.
Well, right now the predictions are as close as the game, all tied.
All tied up.
Right now at 11.
And that's a timeout from Team STX, and Coach Dante looks like he wants to talk to his team, set something up a little bit.
Yep.
And I think that's smart. I mean, he's got to understand right now the Soleil defense did their homework. They know what they're doing. They're playing these guys tight. They know who to slide early to. And you can see that with every time Kyle Harrison is dodging, you see immediately he's double. It's because he can get his shot off very fast. He's a fast player. So they're doubling him early, and I think STX has got to set something up. Like you said before, Mark, a couple picks, a couple rolls, got to get creative.
Yep, a couple of other guys who are local guys playing tonight. Matt Drennan, who lives in San Diego. Scott Bollert, also San Diego. Bollert played at North Carolina. Drennan, of course, at the legendary program at Johns Hopkins. The thing that's amazing to me, Johns Hopkins, before the sport of lacrosse, you never really thought about them, about sports at all. Yet in the sport of lacrosse, they have just flourished over the decades.
Absolutely. Hopkins, coached by Dave Petromal, is just an unbelievable program. You got players like Kyle Harrison and Paul Rabel coming out of there. Some of the best players and really the biggest ambassadors to our sport coming out of Hopkins.
Absolutely. And then some other guys who are local guys. Jeff Worley, Coronado, Brendan Porter, we mentioned Mission Viejo. Don't forget J.R. Oreskovich out of Carlsbad High School. It's just about 15 minutes away from here. And then a couple of guys who are from back east. You got Brendan Skakandi from Farmingdale, Long Island. You got Tom Garvey out of Garden City. And you got Greg Pizer from Cold Spring Harbor. So I always like seeing those Long Island guys. You know, when you take a look usually at the top 25 in the country in high school lacrosse, so many of the programs are from Long Island.
And a couple questions about Tim Desco. He's actually not playing in this game, but will be coming on for the next LXM event.
So we've got 2:58 to go, and let's see what play call we get coming out of this timeout. Shot attempt on the way, but the save is made. Once again by Johnny Rodriguez. Shamel Bratton on the shot attempt. And now once again, Team Soleil with the opportunity to go up by 1.
And Sharp 27J says he can't wait to see Tim Desco play. We can't either. And
let the hype begin.
And there's quite a few other players you guys got to get ready for.
Lindsay. Right side, working in towards the goal. His shot on the way, and the save is made by Matt Russell, who comes out of the goal to get the offense going nicely. Shot on the way, and it's going to go just wide.
Shot blocked by 12.
And that's the second time we've seen Bradman switch it to his left hand. He's open right now. If they can find him, he's still open.
Yep.
Not happy about that.
He's still open. He's got it right now. He'll shoot. It goes just wide. That one looked on for a second there. But you found, like you said, they found Bradman open where they wanted him to, and they got it to him. He just put it in between the pipes.
Here's Bradman looking to create.
Yep, he's had a good night tonight.
Roll back to that left.
Yep. Good defense, though. He finds a little opening. Now behind the net. Shot on the way, and the save is made by Rodriguez off the attempt by Max Ritz.
And Matthew Hawkins very confident coming in, saying that Team Soleil is going to win by 2 goals.
Yeah, you know, this is so great with the social media. I mean, everyone can just pipe in and let their voices be known. You become part of the broadcast, and thanks for joining us here on the Lacrosse Network.
Looks
penalty.
Like we got a flag down.
Yep. Looks like we're going to have a man opportunity here for Team Soleil.
I think, yeah, we had an illegal substitution there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they had 7 men on the field at one point. It's just an illegal substitution. So those are the kind of mistakes that'll kill you in a game. But
yep.
Especially a tie ball game like this, 1 minute and 5 seconds left in the third, we're going to see Soleil go man up again.
Yep.
30-second penalty for illegal substitution.
So it looks like,
you know, and that's just one of those little silly things. You know, you can look back and you can say, man, how did we not do that right?
Absolutely. And, you know, I think we're going to see them in this 2-3-1 set again. And I think what John Christmas is trying to do here is he's going to push up and try and pull the defense down. And as he pulls the defense down, he's looking to feed either, you know, Sean Lindsay, or it looks like can't see the numbers right now, but one of the guys at the top, Whit McCarthy, he's going to try and suck the defense down and get a nice time and room shot from up top.
Well, let's see what they can do right here. It's 30-second man up on the illegal substitution. Who wants that ground ball? Precious time coming off the clock on the man up opportunity. It was lost there by Christmas, and in essence, the man-up opportunity will probably be coming to a conclusion without a shot attempt, and that's disappointing if you're a Team Soleil fan.
Yeah, you know, there you saw Sean Lindsay dodging there, and when you're man-up, you really want to let the ball do the work. You want to let the ball move as fast as it can, find the open man, and just get a shot off.
Here comes Max Davis. They quickly double-team Max. He'll kick it back up top to Max Ritz. Max and Max right there.
15 seconds.
12 seconds. This quarter almost coming to a conclusion here. Tied at 11. Try and get some kind of shot off. Want to let it rip before the end of the quarter. They do, but it's going to go wide by Irwin, and that's how we're going to wrap up 3 quarters of play from Ed Burke Stadium at Torrey Pines High School in Del Mar, California. You're watching exclusive action of the LXM Pro Tour with your score, Team Soleil 11, Team STX 11. It's 4th quarter action when Samir and I return. Stay with us.
From Lacrosse Network. If you guys have been watching Wall Ball Wednesday, you'll know that we started with overhands, we then moved to underhands, and then last week we practiced our sidearms. So for the wall ball workout this week, we're going to be putting all 3 of those together into a workout that we call shooting the arc. So as always, you're going to want to keep your arms extended and power through with your hips when you're doing this workout. But you're going to start with an overhand pass, catch it, move to a sidearm, catch it, throw an underhand pass. And you're going to do that cycle 10 times with 30-second breaks in between for 3 sets. What's up, guys?
We're back on here, 4th quarter action, tied at 11. The 3 goals that were scored in the 3rd quarter, at least going back to the previous 3 games, the least number of goals that have been scored in the quarter between these 2 teams.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think this is the first time, or one of the first times, we're going into the 4th quarter all tied up.
Yep, you're right. Look at the previous matchups. It was 20-14. It was, let's see, it was 11-10. And then in the previous match before that, it was 13-10. So you're right.
So we'll have to see. I think the settled look is what Soleil really likes. And you see Worley coming on. I think they're really going to start to exploit these matchups. You got a wide open. He can't make that crossfield pass. A little bit too much.
Nope. And so here they come. Let's see what they can do in transition. 9-11.
And, I think we have to see STX attack come alive in this quarter. Both the Ritz brothers and Eric Crum. If they can start producing, nice behind-the-back pass from Russell. But if those guys can start producing, it's going to be a different game for STX.
Yep, well, it's been very little scoring, of course, in the third. We've got penalty flag down on the field here.
So we're going to get an opportunity to see STX man up.
Yep. Right first, we'll see if they can score right here. They still have an opportunity. Let's see what they can do here. Ritz doesn't have it. They go behind the net. Shot on the way and the save made by Rodriguez. And with 13:40 to go, it's going to be man opportunity. Let's see if it's 30-second or 1 minute.
Yeah, we weren't able to see right there if that was a 1 minute or a 30-second penalty. But, Kyle Harrison coming around X there and ripping that. It's kind of uncharacteristic of Kyle to see him dodging from X.
Yep, and it looked like the penalty was against Jesse Fair. So, a man-up opportunity here. Let's see what they can do.
STX setting up in a 1-4-1 with Kyle Harrison up top.
That's always a good idea.
And you got Max Ritz at X.
Bratton to Harrison. Harrison swings right side to Bradman. They're working it around. There's Harrison. Shot on the way, and the save is made by Rodriguez off the near side, off the attempt by Max Ritz.
Yeah, and a great wheel there. I think you just had to see Max Ritz take a couple more steps up, increase his angle.
Oh, look at that. Beautiful move in between two would-be defenders. That's slicing and dicing right there.
And Soleil calls a timeout. Yeah, Brendan Porter, again, one of the most athletic guys on the tour, and you see it right there.
Yep. And also Brendan stands out wearing those pink gloves with 12:57 to go and tied at 11. Is there anything about tonight's match, Samir, that has surprised you?
Yeah, I'd have to say Soleil being able to play this entire game up until now in this slow-down offense, which I haven't seen them be able to do the entire tour. They've done a fantastic job of playing team offense, slowing the ball down, and really taking the wind out of STX sails. It is a tie ball game, but usually we see STX explode at this time. With Kyle Harrison and Sam Bradman. Those guys are usually firing on all cylinders at this time, but they've done a great job of containing those guys.
And also you take a look, in some of the recent games, it's also been Soleil hasn't had all their star players. They're playing without Mikey Powell tonight. Yet they're getting the job done here this evening.
They are playing without Mikey Powell tonight, but
also no Zach Greer.
I think when those guys are missing, I think they do, they really focus on making sure that it's six guys playing on the offensive side of the ball.
Okay, I can see that.
Whit McCarthy
coming out of the timeout. Oh, he gets hit hard off that shot attempt. He really paid the price for that one.
Whit's a tough kid. I love.
Well, you have to be tough to play this game.
Love watching Whit play.
Yeah. Whit McCarthy out of Colby College and from Connecticut. I love some of those small-time programs like Colby, Williams College, some of those schools that have been playing the sport for such a long time.
And flag down right now. We're going to see Soleil's man-up unit yet again.
Yep. Let's wait for the official call here. We'll have to see if it's 30-second or 1 minute.
It's a push. It's a technical foul.
Okay. So opportunity here for Soleil. Time 11 with 12:15 to go.
Penalty, 30 seconds for a push.
So 30-second penalty for a push, and let's see if Soleil can make the most of this opportunity. It has really been a very defensive-minded second half of play. Shot on the way. It's going to go wide. They'll keep possession.
And let's see. It looks like they're paying a lot closer attention to Sean Lindsay.
Yep.
Big shot from Whit McCarthy.
Yep. And I'm not sure if that, I think it might have hit off the post. No look pass, shot on the way. Beautiful save is made there by Russell. Loose ball scramble, and Russell comes away with the ground ball. Does a good job to scoop it up coming out of the goal mount.
Oh, and great ride there by Sean Lindsay.
Yep, the turnover and the shot opportunity. Score! 12-11 with 11:31 to go. You make a mistake, and it costs you dearly.
And that was an unbelievable play, a highlight reel play right there. Sean Lindsay guns it across the field. J.R. Reskovich grabbing it, throwing it up in the air, and we see it finish with a nice behind-the-back goal. I mean, doesn't get much better than that. 11:31 left in the game, and it looks like Soleil taking the lead right now.
Yep, they are up 12-11. It has been nip and tuck. We've been going back and forth here. 11:31 to go in the 12-11 lead. However, the faceoff is won by STX. Here they come. They're looking for a quick one. Here's score. Goals 6 seconds apart. And just like that, we're tied at 12. JR putting it in between the pipes. The favorite son of Stevens College.
That's amazing. Back-to-back goals. What an exciting game here in San Diego, California. 11:25 left to go. I mean, I can't see this game going any other way than back and forth for the rest of this.
Scoring update. First for Team Soleil.
And STX coming up with the face-off again.
Corp's goal assisted by number 16, J.R.
And we should mention 6 seconds before, it was Corp with yet another goal, his 5th of the match. And it's been his coming out party offensively here this evening.
And arguably the best looking goal with the behind the back. I love seeing that.
Yeah, that was a pretty one. And JR just came in with a house of fire. You could tell he had one thing on his mind, tying things up, and he was able to cash in for STX. Shoot and score. You talk about ripping it. It's Kyle Harrison with 10:45 to go, making it a 13-12 game.
And Kyle Harrison is so deadly coming down the right alley. He did that so much in college, and like I told you before, when I used to watch his highlight reel, that's what I used to try and emulate. And I think all midfielders try and emulate that. Down the right alley, rip it, pull your body all the way over to the far pipe, and he just stings that corner.
Well, you talk about Kyle Harrison, 3-time All-American, 2-time Midfielder of the Year, national champion. You know, he's really accomplished it all. And he said his favorite LXM event he played in, he's got to go with Vegas in 2011. That was his favorite one. A number of the guys on the sheet said that they really have enjoyed the events that they've played in Orange County over the years.
Yeah, you know, I thought that LXM 949 event was great in Orange County. I thought it was a fantastic turnout. I think always when they're down in Southern California, it's so impressive to see how many kids show up. I mean, again, we were talking about the Adrenaline Challenge. 20 fields going today, almost 7,000 people out there. It was really impressive.
And speaking of impressive, it's the way this game is going, 13-12. And that shot is going to go wide off the attempt by Bobby Davis, who was looking for goal number 2 of the night.
So a question here from MC McDermo on YouTube says, who's having a bigger game for Soleil, Sean Lindsay or Johnny Rodriguez?
I mean, they're totally different positions, so that's kind of a tough one to answer there.
That's a tough one to answer, but, you know, I'm really impressed with Johnny Rodriguez's play tonight. He's really stood tall in that cage and bailed them out of a couple goals.
Well, being goalie in lacrosse, that is not an easy position to play. I think, you know, goalie in lacrosse and soccer, I think maybe the most difficult positions to play in all of sports.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I hopped in cage one time when I was a kid, and I'll never hop in cage again. So,
you said, get me out of this cage.
Got a lot of respect
for
Matt Russell and Johnny Rodriguez, especially taking heat from guys like Kyle Harrison and Shamel Bratton.
Oh, sure. When you can be looking at speeds of excess of 100 miles per hour, you got to react quickly. Christmas. behind the net, looking to wheel and deal and operate. Thought about behind the back shot for a second. Loose ball scramble.
Big shout out to SD Navy Gold watching the game. Thanks for mentioning us out on Twitter. Really appreciate you guys watching.
Oh, this has been a fun match to watch tonight here. 13-12. STX with the lead, trying to increase it here on this possession as we approach 8.5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Shot on the way, and the score. Nice shot there by Shamel Bratton. And for Shamel, that's his 4th goal of the evening.
And Shamel's having a lot of success down the right alley, a natural lefty, but has been taking his guys right. And I think it's because they're giving him that right hand. They're letting him take that right hand, and he's just capitalizing on it.
Yep, it's, you know, when one person tends to go one way a lot, you dare him to go the other way to beat you, and, well, Shamel was able to do it right there.
And a couple of shout-outs right now. I got to give one to Minnesota Lacrosse and to Joey Gaudre. He's in Florida right now watching, and also the Olympia Titans Lax watching from Florida. Let us know where you're watching from. Love to see where the farthest place in the world is that this game is being viewed right now. So let us know where you're watching from, and we'll give you guys a shout-out.
So STX with the 2-goal lead at 14-12. Bradman, shot on the way, is going to go wide.
Shot wide by Sam Bradman.
7:51 to go. So let's keep communicating with us. Let us know who you think's going to win. STX right now with the 2-goal lead and the ball. They appear to be in the driver's seat. Bratton quickly double team. Harrison wheels, steals, shoots, and the save is made. Rebound save by Rodriguez.
Big save, Rodriguez.
Errant pass. Harrison's going to pick it up. Once again on the attack. Nifty behind the back pass.
And that one's got a sting for Rodriguez, and you can see him. He's hurting.
Xander Ritz shoots, and the save made once again by Rodriguez. Oh, he's been outstanding tonight.
I got to tell you, we just had that conversation about Lindsay or Rodriguez. I'm so impressed with Rodriguez's play tonight. I mean, being able to take that from Kyle Harrison and then stand up and save that shot from Xander Ritz, that's very impressive.
I mean, maybe he's given up 14, but, I mean, he's made at least 20 saves tonight.
Gatorade and the G-Series proudly fuel the LXM Pro Tour. Prime, perform, recover. 3 fuels for 3 stages of the game. Gatorade, is it in you?
6:40 to go here. 2-goal lead for STX. Soleil looking to get back in right here. They can cut it to 1 here with this opportunity. Shot on the way. It's going to go just wide. However, scooped up, and Soleil retains possession here. They kick up top. Errant pass, and it's going to get scooped up, and here comes STX. They have a chance for a quick one here with Ritz. Oh, boy, he gets hit hard there. Gets doubled and triple teamed. Some hard hitting going on at the 25-yard line. Loose ball, and it's finally scooped up by Nick Tintle. Tintle with it, left side. Down to the 10, doesn't have anything behind the goal, and they'll go into their half-court offensive attack here.
Game for the autograph session, located on the fan zone.
Bratton.
Across from the benches.
Shot on the way. It's going to go wide, and they'll keep possession with 5:42 to go. If you're STX, Amir, you just want to keep putting on the pressure. I mean, you're looking good with the 2-goal lead.
Absolutely. And so we got somebody watching up in Cleveland, Ohio right now. That's the furthest place we got. Let's see if we got any international viewers.
Yeah. It'd be great to know where you're viewing from tonight. It's amazing. With that World Wide Web, you can literally watch anywhere around the world. 5:24 to go.
STX is very comfortable right now, slowing the game down, as you said. Nice
Absolutely.
lead.
Why not?
Nice lead.
Bratton looks to pass. Shot on the way. Score. Oh, beautiful rip shot by Von Kamecki. That's his first of the night, and they're up by 3, 15-12, and that's their largest lead of this match since they opened up with a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, and that's Mike Von Kamecki just stepping into it and letting it rip on his former Salisbury teammate, Johnny Rodriguez. I mean, very fundamental shot right there, high to high, sticks it.
Yep. I'm sure after the game, Mike will say, I feel really bad about that, but right now he's feeling pretty darn good with the 3-goal lead. Like I said, the two former Salisbury teammates going at it right there.
Next goal puts Team STX up
15-12 with 4:50 to go, and time now starts to become a factor here. Soleil really just has to keep putting on pressure, scoring goals, winning faceoffs. The pressure's right now all on Team Soleil.
Josh Woon watching from Virginia. That might be the furthest place so far, so keep them coming.
I want to know if we have anyone in Maine or Alaska or maybe even Hawaii.
If we got somebody in Alaska, I'd be real impressed. I don't know about the lacrosse scene out there. Not yet. I don't know
we know dog sledding's
there.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can play there year-round.
Oh, definitely not. I remember being up in Anchorage back in 1990 covering the Great Alaska Shootout, doing UC Irvine basketball, and it was virtually darkness the entire visit. It was over the Thanksgiving weekend.
And it looks like we do have somebody chiming in from the Netherlands, watching the game from the Netherlands. That's pretty cool.
And right now, they're the winner.
Yeah,
right now it's STX that's winning. They've got the 3-goal lead and possession with 4:10 to go.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to stall. I mean, there's 4 minutes left in the game. I'm curious to see if the refs call a stalling call here.
Let's see what Max Ritz does right here, right now. Brother Xander was thinking about setting up a pick for Bro. 3:40 to go. Because right now, if you're Team Soleil, I mean, you got to make stops. Ooh, it's going to be man-up opportunity. Oh, little extracurricular activity. Getting a little ugly towards the end of that play. I think right now tempers flying. I think Soleil's got to be, right now, a little frustrated. They have been held to just 2 goals here in the second half.
Yeah, and I think Soleil, with 3 minutes and 31 seconds.
Excuse me.
Yeah, with 3 minutes and 31 seconds left to go, they want to get on the board. So, I mean, they're going to do everything they can to get that ball back. But
yep, and it'll probably take a minute to sort things out here. We'll let the officials figure out what's going on as they meet at the 22-yard line. So as we take a look as we're winding down in this match, Samir, with your expertise, who do you like as the player of the game on each side?
I got to tell you, you've been talking about him all game, but Johnny Rodriguez really has impressed me. But I'm not sure yet. I don't know if I can say right now. I mean, Johnny Rodriguez has really impressed me. Brendan Korp has impressed me as well. Got to look on the STX side, though.
Yeah, you take a look at STX. Shamel Bratton certainly has stood out from the offensive side as he has scored 4 goals this evening. Definitely has been a key component of STX's offense. Kyle Harrison always has to be in the conversation. He's got a pair of goals tonight, including one here in what so far has been the decisive fourth quarter of play. And also on top of it, you want to talk about the goalie play. I mean, Matt Russell has made a number of very good saves this evening.
That's true. Kyle Harrison coming in this fourth quarter with a couple of unbelievable goals. And those are the type of goals that really rejuvenate a team and get them really pumped up to finish out the game. And sometimes you don't have to score a lot of goals, but you got to score those goals that really pump up your team.
3:31 to go. 15-12 your score.
We got someone watching from Berlin, Germany.
So I'm not sure what's further away,
Yep.
Germany or the Netherlands. Maybe you can Google the mileage. To Del Mar, California. The only place I've been to in Europe, been to Italy and to Switzerland. I'll tell you, Italy, was there for 3 weeks, did not have a bad meal. I mean, people there just love to eat. And the restaurants are just fantastic. I mean, the food was just fabulous. And they also have like fruit stands lined up throughout the countryside. One night, a bunch of us were singing. Policeman shows up. We think we're in trouble singing too loud. He just joins us and starts singing with us. It was classic.
Well, you know, Italy actually, we actually have a video on the Lacrosse Network right now of the Italian lacrosse all-star game. So it's great to see the game growing internationally.
So when you watch that match, how was the quality of play in your opinion?
You know, it's pretty good. You know, Colin, who's actually out on the field right now, he studied abroad in Italy and actually got to play lacrosse out there, and he said it was pretty good out there. It's still growing. So,
sure.
You know, you'll be able to see it in the World Games next year, actually. You'll be able to see the Italian team along with 47 other nations competing.
Oh, that's going to be outstanding.
In Colorado, actually, which is very exciting.
Okay.
World Games is coming to the U.S. Hoping to see that on TLN, I'll tell you that much.
So right now, back to action, and STX apparently not in any rush. As long as the refs aren't going to give them any warning, they're probably not moving it too much. But if you're Soleil, you got to find a way to cause a quick turnover here. Shot on the way, and it's going to go wide by Bradman.
Fans are not very happy with the stalling offense of STX. I think they want to see it. Everybody wants to see this go into overtime.
Well, I don't know if they're going to get it. Actually, I'm going to make a prediction. They won't get it. Sorry, fans. 15-12, 2:45 to go.
It looks like we got Jaden Hertzler chiming in from Australia.
Okay.
Oh, and Bratton not pulling the trigger there.
Nope. And normally would have, but right now they just wanted to take time off clock. They've got the lead. They want to finish this series with 4 wins in a row, Samir.
And they're actually man up now as well. Looks like they're going to get into a little umbrella set here.
Shot on the way. Wide. Right when you said no shot. Harrison lets her rip.
Getting ready to be at even strength here is Soleil.
From your favorite players. Get free gear, get free apparel, and sign lacrosse.
Play out in front. Rodriguez had it, lost it, scooped up by the defense. Here comes Brandon Porter.
Nice look to Eric Crum, and Crum just couldn't finish it.
Nope. And he has not scored tonight.
Not happy about the
timeout called. And the reason why STX was not happy, they felt Soleil did not have true possession of the ball when that timeout was made with 1:53 to go.
Well, you know, they got the timeout, and that's just how the game goes sometimes.
So you're down by 3, 1:53 to go. Needless to say, you got to come up with a quick goal. What kind of play call and who are you looking for here offensively?
I think you got to find your matchup. I mean, the way you got to do this is not exactly by selecting your players, but by saying, okay, if you're drawing the short pole, this is what you got to do. You know, so I think they are going to look to their attack. They've had great success with driving from Christmas, and I think, you know, Christmas, Corp, that connection, or Lindsay, that's the connection I think they're going to look. They're going to look to move the defense around a little bit, get 2 or 3 passes in, find the open guy, and unleash one.
Well, we'll see if that plays well with 1:53 to go. And, boy, for STX, if they can finish the season with 4 consecutive victories, they get to finish this season on a roll.
And, you know, whatever they do, though, whatever they draw up here, they have 1 minute and 53 seconds, and they got to get 3 goals. And you know, we've obviously seen crazier things happen in the sport of lacrosse. If you score a goal, win a faceoff, score a goal off of that, win another faceoff, you're right back in the game. So, you know, anything is possible in this sport.
So here we go. Put on your seatbelt. They need goals. They need them quickly. They need them abundantly. And they make a bad pass on a turnover, and you know that's not what was drawn up. Christmas catches that one 99 times out of 100, Samir.
Yeah, and you know, right now they just got to get this ball back.
Yep.
And under 2 minutes right now, STX, the leading team, they have to keep it within the box.
Bradman, he's pressured, now behind the net. And the turnover, and here comes Soleil with 1:17 to go. They need a goal. They need it quick. Got to pull that trigger. Shot on the way is going to go wide.
Big save, Matt Russell.
Good save by Russell off the shot attempt there by Christmas.
And Soleil's got to go now. So it's 67 seconds left in this game.
Yep.
They got to get a shot.
Approaching that 1 minute mark. Loose ball scramble.
Oh,
had it, lost it, re-scooped up. You got to let it fly. Got to find those gaps in the defense.
50 seconds left in this game now.
Yep. JR, shot on the way. It's going to go wide. They'll keep possession, but we're down to 46 seconds.
And it looks like we're going to see Soleil go man up right now. Great opportunity for them.
Yep.
Let's see if it's a releasable penalty, but if they can... Yeah, this will be
STX
30
with too many men on the field, so 30 of the remaining 46 seconds, they are man up. Here comes Christmas. Oh, errant pass. That's going to be costly.
Johnny Rodriguez.
Why not?
Over.
Let's see if he'll shoot it. That would be something. Rodriguez with the pass, the shot, and it goes wide.
He's out of the cage right now. He's got to get back in there.
Yep, and he does. With 24 seconds to go. Needless to say, STX is going to win the last 4 in this overall series and win it 5-2. 15
seconds.
Irwin just burning time off clock. Those sticks are flying right now, man. You can hear it up here in the booth. Down to the last 3 seconds. Shot goes wide, and that'll do it. Your final score from Torrey Pines High School. It's Team STX 15 and Team Soleil 12.
An unbelievable game out here. A fantastic way to wrap up the 2012 LXM Pro season. A back-and-forth battle, but ultimately my prediction was wrong, Mark, and we see STX come out on top.
Well, here's how it went scoring by quarters. Soleil was up 6-4 through 1. STX then outscored Soleil 6-3 to go up 10-9 at halftime. A very low-scoring third quarter. 2-1 Soleil. We're tied at 11, but then STX just dominated the fourth quarter of play, outscoring Soleil 4-1, and they go on and win it by the count of 15-12. Your final thoughts on the match here tonight, Samir?
You know, I really was impressed with the play of Johnny Rodriguez, but it just wasn't enough to keep STX from pulling away with the win. Kyle Harrison, just a fantastic game, and Brandon Corp and Shamel Bratton pulling out the most goals in the game. Shamel Bratton impressed me today. He's been quiet recently.
Yeah, well, Bratton had 4 goals. Corp had 5. Those were your leading scorers. So STX gets to finish this series winning the last 4, and they win it overall by the count of 5-2. And we just thank everyone who tuned in. We thank everyone on the social media for telling us your thoughts and comments on this match. And we're going to wrap things up here from Torrey Pines High School, Edberg Stadium in Del Mar, California. With your final score, it's STX 15 and Team Soleil 12. You've been watching exclusive action of the LXM Pro Tour right here on the Lacrosse Network. For Samir Chowdhury, I'm Mark Keller saying so long and good night.